What have I done now? Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Well, I've done it again. Brought home a fresh trailer load of scrap. My old pal Larry is finally decided, after decades of collecting stuff for projects, that he's realized that a lot of this stuff he'll never get into. So he's been cleaning up the back 40 of long languishing projects that are starting to return to earth. He's hauled several loads off to the scrap yard, but he invited me over to pick up a treasure trove of spare Gibson parts. Well, I've got the road trip treasure, which is a Gibson, and so I'm very happy to receive these. Got a complete frame and rear end with axles. I know for a fact the pinion gear is bad in this, but still, axle housings, brake bands, all that kind of stuff is quite valuable for parts. So yeah, and he threw in this gorgeous V4 Wisconsin, and he kept it wrapped up and under cover for years and years, so it's not stuck. It rolls over, although it doesn't have any compression. Well, of course, I bring it home, and it's sitting out here on the trailer, and then we had a series of monsoon storms come through and drop heavy rain. So first thing I'm going to do, pull the plugs, roll it over, make sure there's no water in any of the cylinders, dump some WD-40 down the intake and then down each spark plug hole, just to ensure any water is in there get displaced. And then I have no clue what I'm going to do with this thing. Well, no water coming out of the cylinders. That's a good sign. Well, that brought the compression up. Just putting a little WD down the cylinders. She's got a fuel pump. I'm sure the diaphragm in that is bone dry. All the tins have to come off and everything that needs to be blown out because the rodents have been in and around. Fortunately, Larry had this plugged and covered, so they didn't get down the intake. Really bad damage here. It's on the mag. I may have some spare parts for this in my stash of my hoard of mag parts. I don't know. So I might have to hunt for that. But in the meantime, I think I'm just gonna pull the tins, blow it out. I'll do that off camera. And then store it in the shop someplace. I don't know where. Until such time arises that I've got a project I can use it on, or if nothing else, use it for trading stock. Yeah, or I could build a real hot rod Gibson tractor using that as the power plant. I don't know. The options are endless. The Shade Tree Fix-It Man recently rolled over 10,000 subscribers. And so he decided to do a giveaway. And so he did the usual thing, you know, comment on the giveaway video, and then using a random selector, he went through and he chose 10 or 12 individuals at random to receive a gift in exchange, you know, for celebrating 10,000 subscribers. Well, my name happened to come up amongst many other people, and so I got sent this awesome hat, the Shade Tree Fix-It Man. So thank you, George. This is one awesome hat. Really appreciate it, and congratulations on 10,000 subs. So now I'm going to gather up some tools and head out here to the trailer and start disassembling that Gibson tractor frame and rear end and all that kind of stuff, and prepare to get some things are going to be stored in the shop. Other things are just going to be stored outside where the weather's not going to hurt them, channel iron and things like that. So let's go out and do some grunt work together. I can't help myself. I'm a child. I had to do some maintenance on these two engines right after the Santa Cruz County Fair. This engine, I've always had trouble with it really over-oiling. I may have that fixed. My fix may have gone too far, so I'm testing. This engine's oiling just right for the rocker arm. This one, there's a tube that goes back into the block. I installed a felt rope to slow down the oil flow. I may have gone too far with it. No oil coming out the tube yet, but we'll see. Okay, enough stalling. Let's get after this. That could become inconvenient. I've got just enough time to pry this off before that monsoon storm hits. There's one frame rail. I think the rest of this is going to have to come apart tomorrow morning. Someone has committed sacrilege. Heresy. That's a metric bolt. A metric bolt on a Gibson tractor. Unforgivable. .15 millimeter. The bulk of the parts will be stored out here in my scrap yard. Yeah. The guts, the differential guts, probably the axle housings in that V4 Wisconsin, they'll be stored in the shop. But the rest of it's just going to be out here. Weather's not going to hurt this stuff. Speaking of weather, that's quite a storm cell bearing down on me. Well, this is what's left. The rains have begun, and it's going to get heavy here in a couple of minutes. So all I have left to do is pull those two axle housings off and separate the guts. And I don't think I'm going to get the opportunity to film that because this monsoon stuff is really beginning to drive me nuts. So yeah. Well, I apologize for this lackluster video. It's kind of turned into a hodgepodge of all kinds of crap going on around here. But it's late September 2025, and normally monsoon season is over this time of year, but not this year. Looks like it's going to spill over into October. So I don't want to bore you anymore with me just unbolting the Gibson and hauling it out to storage. It's really not very interesting content. I guess you could say I'm stalling. The Cochise County Fair is happening later this week. And so Wednesday morning, my pal Jim and Larry, we're all heading that way and set up. It's just going to be the three of us. There's a huge fair over in Las Cruces, New Mexico, and the bulk of Power from the Past is heading that way. But Larry and Jim and I, since we are residents of Cochise County, we felt obligated to support the local county fair, which is what we're going to do. I don't know if there's going to be enough interesting content for me to film. We'll just kind of play that by ear. And if I've, got some good stuff, we'll do it. I'll film it. If not, well, you guys are probably getting kind of sick of seeing the pump jack trailer, and it's been featured quite a bit here in the last couple of weeks. So I don't want to bore you with stuff you've already seen. So it's just going to be kind of a up in the air what's going to happen with Cochise County Fair. I do have about 30 or 40% of the next video for the Farm All H project shot, and I'll be finishing that up after that fair's over with. But to be honest, I don't know if it's worth my time and yours to show much more on that Farm All H project, because there is about zero interest in that thing. My views, especially on that Farm All H project, have just plummeted. New subscriptions have stopped. I think there's just so much saturation on YouTube about Farm All H's that not too many people are interested. So I think for the sake of keeping the channel alive, I'm just going to film some highlights here and there, show some progress. But as far as diving into the weeds on any details on disassembly and rebuilding and all of that, unless somebody has a question, I'll be happy to answer it. But I'm not going to spend too much time filming the H project because, man, there's just no interest for it. So there you go. Well, I've jabbered enough and wasted enough of your time. So thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll see you real soon again on the next one. I don't know what it's going to be besides the Farm All H, but I've got a couple things in the queue that should generate some interest. So, bye.